Hello, everyone. This is James Lowrie, Admin Assistant at the Canadian League of Composers. Today I sit down with Jessie Rivest to talk about their new choral work, Prima Materia, which will be premiered at Moonshot 3 on November 28th. Hello there! I am here with Jessie Rivest because we're doing a series of interviews about the upcoming Pro Coro Pivot concert, which is happening on November 28th. Now, tell me a little bit about your artistic practice, whatever that may be, and your relationship to choral music coming into this.
For sure. So I'm one of those people that's been in choir ever since I was a kid, starting with like Children of the Light, choir and orchestra school. I was in a mobile for 6 years and did some touring. So choir's always been a big part of my life as a singer. And then I recently took on kind of composing for choir about 2 years ago. And I've really only been a part of a couple of workshops on the composer side. And so this was just such a perfect experience to put everything together.
That's cool. So tell me, in your first 2 years of choral composing, tell me a bit about your style that you've been developing.
Absolutely. So mostly I've been singing in a cappella music, so without instruments, and mainly my styles are derived from classical singing as well as barbershop and experimental. Those are what I've spent most of my time performing. And so my brain is kind of already wired that way. And that's kind of what's come out in all of my pieces to some extent so far.
That's an interesting combo, especially the barber shop. I am interested to hear how that plays into your style. Tell me a bit about the piece you wrote for Pivot.
So our task was to create a piece that was thematically aligned with the poem Tar Swan, which is about humanity's abuse of nature. And the first thing that came to my mind was Prima Materia, which is kind of like the first matter described by the alchemists. It's sort of like chaos in and of itself, in like a boundless quintessential way, and oneness and all of that. And so I just sort of tried to take that on because I always think of humanity's abuse of nature as somewhat nature itself, because we're always like destroying and like self-sabotaging and all these things, but then you also have to actualize and improve and make yourself better. And so there's that balance of things going on. And so that's what I try to emulate in Prima Materia. I originally thought that it would be more segmented into movements based on the elements, but it ended up being more of an ABA format with some verse chorus action and just more exploration of the philosophy.
And what did you use for the text then?
Yeah, I stuck with Latin and I delved into a few more other phrases that go along with Prima Materia, like Anima Mundi, and some other kind of vocalizations as well.
Mm. So tell me about your mentor. Who are they, and how did you two get along?
I was lucky enough to be paired with James Rolfe. He's highly accomplished in the choral and opera world. I'm sure that his expertise would be a benefit to anybody, but I was particularly excited about him because I knew that he could help me kind of rein in my scope from such a big idea, but not lose my vision at the same time. And that's exactly what happened. And he was also always on my side when it came to prioritizing like the feeling of it in relation to like theoretical accuracy and perfection. So yeah, he helped me a lot, and I really felt like I could trust him and just be comfortable with him.
Okay, well, great. And finally, I might just ask, and what are you listening to right now? And don't worry, you won't get in trouble if it's not contemporary Canadian classical music.
No worries. Yeah, most recently, I guess. Well, I just went to a big concert for the first time in years last weekend, and one of the bands that was playing, I know, so awesome, was called Deer Rouge, and they're from Red Deer, Alberta, and they're more like dance rock. But I've just been playing it at home because I've just been reliving like that energy that I had been missing for so long, you know?
Yeah, that's great. I went to my first concert 2 or 3 weeks ago as well. It's such a wonderful thing to get to return to.
Yeah, totally.
And that's it for today. Head to those show notes, get that link to the Facebook event page, and join us for the live stream of Moonshot 3, the Pivot premieres on November 28th. Have a good one!